Hello, I'm going to make another YouTube video on how to get people prepared for this test. Hold on, let me check something. Yeah, all right. Anyway, one of the things that we've talked about since the last test, we've talked about finding the mean, the median, the mode, the range. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned the range or not. The range is the difference in the highest number minus the lowest number in a set of data. Your standard deviation, the normal curve, the metric system, temperatures, and dimensional analysis. Also plotting points, graphing lines, okay, X and Y intercepts, and be sure to understand how you graph equations like X equals 1 and Y equals 5, that type of stuff. Okay, and that's about it. So we're going to go over all those things today. Now, let's say you want to find the mean of 74, 83, 12, 19, 91. Oh. Neither one of these calculators work. Hold on. Okay. Now, you have 74 plus 83 plus 12 plus 19 plus 91. And you have how many numbers? 6 numbers. So you divide this by 6 to get the mean. And the mean is 58.83. Okay. 58.83. So, in other words, this one low score, two low scores, 12 and 19, brought your average way down. If you didn't have those two low scores of 12 and 19, then your average would have been a lot higher. So one high score or one low score in a set of data can make a big difference in your mean. You know, if you have a small amount of numbers. Now, if you have a large set of numbers, one low score really won't matter a whole lot, like 100 of them or something. All right, now let's talk about number 2. Find the mode. $84, 76, 83, 94, 84. Okay, 84. Now you have two 84s. Okay, forget about this. Okay, two 84s, so your mode is 84. Find the median. Okay, you have 84, 76, 83, 94, 84. Okay, what's our middle number? Okay, you have to put them in numerical order. What's the smallest number? 76. And then you have 83, 84, 84, 94. So your middle number, the median, is 84 for that set of data. Now, what if you want to find the median Okay, now you have to put those in numerical order. You have 24, 33, 76, 98, 104. So the middle number is 76. That's your median. Okay, now let's say you have these numbers here. You want to find the standard deviation of these numbers. Okay, you have 33, 24, 104, 88, 98, 76, 28. Okay, if you add all these numbers up, 33 plus 24 plus 104 plus 88 plus 98 plus 76 plus 28. Okay, you have 7 numbers, 2, 4, 6, 7. Divide that by 7, and your average is 64.428. So we'll just round this to be the nearest whole number, which is 64. Okay, we'll say the average is 64. I rounded it off to the nearest whole number. Now we had 64 was our average. Okay, we had 33, 24, 104, 88, 98, 76, 28. Subtract 64 from every number. Okay, 33 minus 64 is negative 31. 24 minus 64 is negative 40. 104 minus 64 is 40. 88 minus 64 is 24. 98 minus 64 is 34. 76 minus 64 is 12. And 28 minus 64 is negative 36. Okay, and you have to square those numbers. Now, when you square a negative number, you get a positive number. A negative times a negative is a positive. So negative 31 times negative 31 is 961. And negative 40 times negative 40 is 1600. 40 times 40 is 1600. 24 times 24 is 576. 34 squared is 1156. And 12 squared is 144. 36 times 36 is 1296. And if you add all those up, you get 961 plus 1600 plus 1600 plus 576 plus 1156 plus 144 plus 1296. You get 7333. 7333 divided by, you have 2, 4, 5, 7 numbers, so you divide this by 6. 7033 divided by 6, and you get 1222.166, and then you find the square root of that number. And you get 34.96. Okay, that's your standard deviation. Okay, you always take the square root as your final step. Now, this is a normal curve problem. The salaries of a company with it has a mean of 50,000 and a standard deviation of 20,000. Okay, now the question is, what percent of people earn between 70,000 and 90,000. 70,000 and 90,000. These are dollar signs. Okay, now to do this, okay, we have to have your normal curve. Here's the mean. The mean's 50,000. This vertical line is one standard deviation above the mean. Here's a standard deviation below the mean. Here's two standard deviations above the mean. Here's two standard deviations below the mean. Here's three standard deviations above the mean. Here's three standard deviations below the mean. Now there's 34% of the data that lies here, 34% that lies here, 13.5% is here, and 13.5% is here. And just a second here. 2.35 is here. 2.35% is here. And 0.15% is here. And 0.15% is here. Okay, so 50,000 is the mean. The standard deviation is 20,000. So you add 20,000 to 50,000, you get 70,000. And another 20,000 is 90,000. And you get 110,000. And then 50,000 minus 20,000 is 30,000. Subtract 20,000, you get 10,000. And then you have a negative number here. 10,000 minus 20,000 be negative 10,000, which doesn't make any sense. So I guess somebody's going to be in the hole there. All right, now what percent of individuals earn between 70,000 and 90,000? That'll be 13.5%. Okay, 13.5%. If they score in this range, they're going to owe the company money. Now, number 7. Students took a test. And the grades have a mean of 70 and a standard deviation of 10. Okay, now what percent scored higher than 80? Okay, now here's the normal curve. Here's the mean. The mean 70. This is the standard deviation above the mean. Okay, and here's 2 standard deviations above the mean. Here's 3 standard deviations above the mean. Here's 1 standard deviation below the mean, 2 standard deviations below the mean, 3 standard deviations below the mean. Here you have 34% and 34%. And this is 13.5%, 13.5%. And then 2.35%, 2.35%, 0.15%, and 0.15%. Okay, so a standard deviation of 10, this will be 80, this will be 90, this is 100, this will be 60, this will be 50, and this is 40. Okay, the percent scored higher than 80 would be 13.5 plus 2.35 plus 0.15. 13.5 plus 2.35 plus 0.15. Okay, I get 16% is the number that scored higher than 80. All these 3 percentages added together. 16%. Okay, number 8. What percentages apply to the empirical rule? Okay, number 1, part A, 68% of the data lies within 1 standard deviation of the mean. B, 95% of data lies within 2 standard deviations of the mean. And C, 99.7% of data lies within 3 standard deviations of the mean. Now we're going to do the metric system. Okay, 469.1 milligrams is how many grams? Okay, you have your chart here: kilo, hecto, deca, your meter, liter, gram, and then deci, centa, milli. Okay, to go from milligrams to grams, you have to go up 3 units. So you divide by 1,000. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. So 469.1 milligrams divided by 1,000 would be 0.4691 grams. Okay, and number 10, 2,200 meters is how many kilometers? Again, you have your chart: kilo, hecto, deca, meter, liter, gram, deci, centa, milli. Okay, from meters to kilometers, you go up 1, 2, 3 units. So again, you divide by 1,000, so it's 2.2 kilometers. Now, if you go down that chart, you multiply. For every unit you go down, you multiply. For every unit you go up, you divide. So let's say you have 2200 hectometers is how many centimeters? Okay, kilo, hecto, deca. Okay, that abbreviation is DAM or DAG or DAL. And then meter, liter, gram, deci, centa, milli. So you multiply by 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So it's 4 places to the right. So you have 2200. You add 1, 2, 3, 4, 22 million centimeters. Okay, so now, or let's look at another problem. A container holds 3.5 liters. How many centiliters does it hold? So to go from liters to centiliters, you have to multiply by 100. So 3.5 times 100 is 350 centiliters. All right, number 12. A fish tank is 10 meters wide, 20 meters long, and 5 meters high. Find the volume. In centimeters. Okay, a three-dimensional fish tank. It's a rectangular solid, so the volume is the length times the width times the height. So you have to convert everything to centimeters. Okay, 10 meters to change to centimeters, multiply by 100. So it would be what? 10 times 10 would be 100. Times 10 would be 1,000. And 20 times 100, you add 2 zeros, it would be 2,000. And then 500. So that volume is what? 5 twos are 10. And you have 3 zeros, 3 zeros, and 2 zeros. 6, 8, 9 zeros. 2, 3, okay, 1 times 10 to the 9th cubic centimeters. The volume is, this will be cubic centimeters. 1 times 10 to the 9th. Okay, and 1,000 cubic centimeters is 1 cubic meter. So if you divide this by 1,000, it'll be 1 times 10 to the 6th cubic meters. And number 14, 4.329 meters is how many kilometers? Okay, your chart is kilo, hecto, deca, meter, liter, gram, deci, centa, milli. Divide by 10, 100, 1,000. So divide by 1,000. You move it 3 places to the left. So you add 2 zeros in front of the 4. All right, number 15. A box is 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall, and 3 feet long. What is its volume? Let's find the volume. So that's going to be the length times the width times the height. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18, 18 cubic feet. And 16, how many degrees Fahrenheit is 10 degrees Celsius? Okay, now I don't know that formula off the top of my head, but I'll show you how to come up with it. Okay, 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 100 degrees Celsius is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you find your slope is 212 minus 32 over 100 minus 0, which is 180 over 100, which is 1.8, which is 1 4/5. And that's 9/5. Okay, and so degrees Fahrenheit is the slope, which is 9/5 C plus the y-intercept, which is 32. F equals 9/5 C plus 32. So if it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. 18 plus 32 is what? That's going to be 50 degrees. So F equals 9/5 C plus 32. And 68 degrees Fahrenheit is how many degrees Celsius? So you solve this for C, F minus 32 is 9/5 C. Multiply both sides by 5/9 or divide by 9/5. So 5/9 F minus 32 equals C, or C is 5/9 times F minus 32. So 5/9 open parenthesis F minus 32 is C. So if it's 68 degrees, 68 minus 32 is 56. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. Be 36. Okay, 36 into 9 is 4. 4 times 5. 36 divided by 9 is 4. And 4 times 5 is 20. So that's 20 degrees if 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and 102 degrees Fahrenheit is how many degrees Celsius? 102 minus 32 is what? Be 70. And then 70 times 5, 350. And 350 divided by 9 is 38.9. Now, what if 102 degrees Fahrenheit is how many degrees Celsius? So 102 minus 32 it would be 38.9. Okay, 6 feet is how many yards? That's number 20. Okay, 3 feet is 1 yard. So 6 feet divided by 3 feet per yard is, the feet's cancel, and you have 2 yards. So it's 2 yards. Okay, now 60 miles is how many feet? Okay, now I know there's 5,280 feet in a mile. I'll give you that information. 5,280 feet is 1 mile. Okay, 1 mile. So you have 60 miles. So you multiply by 5,280. And your miles cancel. So 60 times 5,280 would be 316,800 feet. Okay, and we know 16 cups is 1 gallon. So you have 85 cups. How many gallons do you have? So you set it up so that your cups cancel out. 16 goes with cups. 85 divided by 16 is what? 5.3125 gallons. Now, let's say you want to plot these points. -2, 1, 3, 2, 1, -2, and -5, -1. Okay, you go over 2 units to the left and up 1. And then 3 to the right and up 2. And then 1, -2, here's 1, and then down 2, and -5, -1 is here. Now, number 24. Okay, let's say you want to graph 2x plus 5y equals 10 using x and y intercepts. Okay, the x-intercept set x equal to 0, solve for y. So that's 2 times 0 plus 5y equals 10. This goes away, so 5y is 10. Divide both sides by 5. Y is 2. So you have order pair 0, 2. That's the y-intercept. Now the x-intercept set y equal to 0, solve for x. That 5 times 0 is 0, 2x plus 0 is 2x. So your equation becomes 2x equals 10. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 5. You have 5, 0. Okay, you have 0, 2, 5, 0. So you plot your point 0, 2, and 5, 0. And you connect your points. Okay, so that's our line. Now we want to graph another equation. Say you want to graph, this is 25. Y equals 2x plus 5. Okay, anytime it's in this format, y equals mx plus b, this number here is always my y-intercept, which always has coordinates 0, b. In this case, it's 0, 5. And this number in front of x is your slope. So we know one point on the graph is 0, 5. And if x is 1, then y is 2 times 1 plus 5, which is 7. Okay, so anyway, that's all we're going to do for today. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll make up another review on later the week, and by the end of the week, we'll have our test. I'll probably make a part A and part B, like you had before at the beginning of the semester, and it will be multiple choice and then short answer, both. But I'll anyway, and then we'll have our final, and I saw an email, I think yesterday, where I have to go by the final exam schedule. So your final will be given online, but it'll be offered at the time that is offered on the final exam schedule. Okay, that's the college procedure that I have to follow. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.